As to the Starcraft 2 beta key, I'm telling you, buddy, you're going to have to take your chance like everybody else. Though I appreciate your gumption asking for it. Hopefully you'll get in. Good luck, man.
Yesterday in the cinematics panel, they showed us some of the storyboard from the cinematic Old Rivals. They said originally when they finished the storyboard, it clocked in at over 9 minutes. Now, they said, unfortunately, they couldn't make that cinematic run that long due to time constraints and stuff. My question is, do you have an estimate of how long that cinematic will run? And do you have an estimate of just how much pre-rendered cutscenes will feature in the first game?
You really should have gotten in line for that one yesterday. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know the answer to that question. We have several cinematics. I don't know what the final exact count will be, and I don't know what the total time will be. It's as much as we could get done. Obviously, those are very expensive cinematics to put together, and they need a long lead time to get them ready. Like, we can't really react very quickly if there's story changes. So we end up focusing those on really the big, hard moments in the story that we know a year or 2 years or 3 years in advance, that those story elements are going to remain no matter what. So we really focus those on those elements. And then all of the in-game cinematics they've done, which they've done just a silly number of those. I think we're up to 17 or 18 in-game cinematics. Because they're a little easier to make, we can get a lot more of those into the game.
In Warcraft 3, there were Starcraft character models available for us to use, and I was wondering if the reverse was going to be true in the new game.
Well, I know the Tauren Marine is in. I don't know if that's a Warcraft or a Starcraft model. And obviously we're going to be adding a bunch more stuff like that as we get towards the end. I know the art guys love adding that kind of stuff. It's really up to them on what they add, but I will certainly express your enthusiasm for it to them, and hopefully they'll get some time to add a lot of crazy stuff.
So obviously StarCraft 2 is 3D and it's got BattleNet 2.0, but other than that, other than those two obvious things, what would you say discerns StarCraft 2 the most from the original game?
Well, we got lots of changes. I think one of the things that this group is the most excited about is what we're doing with the campaign. Like, we've really worked on making each of these missions just as unique as they can possibly be. So as you play through the campaign, you're really facing a new challenge every time you sit down to play a new map. You don't know what you're going to get or what you're going to see next. And we're going to force you to think creatively, to really try to think of some new strategies with lots and lots of choice. At the same time, as you're playing through the game, you're really not on rails anymore. Like, we did as best we could, or these guys did as best they could with Warcraft 3 to try to make the game as open and to give you as much choice as you possibly could. But with the new stuff in Starcraft, where you can choose from a variety of missions next, you can customize your tech tree, it's just a lot of exciting stuff in the solo campaign. And as guys working on the campaign, it gets us really geeked up.
So it's obvious that you can modify the included character models and assets for the mod development, but what I want to know is how easy is it going to be to add new character models and assets and code those?
I think it's going to depend on how good an artist you are. So you're still going to have your own 3D authoring tools, and you're going to need to have the skill to do it. I don't know for sure yet, and we're still working on it, exactly what sort of art importing tools we're going to be able to ship with, but it's something we're obviously enthusiastic to support, if not at launch, soon after.
Hi there. I was a Warcraft 2 map maker and Starcraft map maker and Warcraft 3 map maker.
Woo-hoo!
And one thing that bothered me is somebody taking my map, calling it version 10, and changing one little thing. How can you help with that?
Yeah, this is a huge problem. I totally agree. And as you imagine, moving forward to Map Marketplace, this is a problem we need to solve. So we haven't locked down what our exact plans are, but rest assured we're going to make every effort to make it very difficult, if not